Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. Hope you're doing well. It is a Friday morning. We're heading on into the weekend with Heat Summer League getting going again this afternoon. This is the true Summer League. Vegas Summer League. The boys are back to defend their crown as they were the reigning champs. And you do have a lot of pieces that are part of this team. Pelle Larsson, Keyshawn Johnson, Kel'el Ware, J.C. Butler, Bryson Warren. So you do have other guys who have been part of this Heat team that are coming back to defend the crown. And, of course, you have some new guys, Vlad Golden, Kasparas Jakuc ionis, who, of course, I think is looking forward to a little bit of redemption after a tough start to the summer. And that's going to be the main focus of what we talk about here today on what we want to see from him. But I did see Jamari Bouye had a game winner. And then, of course, we had Cooper Flagg and Bronny James's showdown yesterday, where Cooper Flagg, he did not have the greatest day from the field, but of course it is just getting your feet wet. Probably hasn't played ball in an actual game in a while. A couple of things. First of all, in regards to the Miami Heat first round pick, Kasparas Jakuc ionis. If you guys haven't seen the All Access, and I've been just singing the praises of the Miami Heat's content, of the stuff they've been putting out, really has been top notch. I mean, they've done such a great job, such a jump from where they've been, from the stuff that they've been putting online. Love it. And they turned around with a draft All Access. Usually you got to wait like a year for that stuff until we get to like Inside the Heat, Kasparas Jakuc ionis. But, you know, the quick turnarounds, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, who doesn't have that to go see behind the scenes of the Miami Heat draft? You know, you can get back and you can do the in-depth stuff, and that's all cool. There's not a place for that. But in today's day and age, you know, people are hyped up about it. You want to see that turnaround. I just thought that they did a marvelous job with that content. So I highly recommend it. Go check it out on their YouTube page if you haven't already. It's really it's really enjoyable. I loved you get a chance to see the war room. You get a chance to see the behind the scenes calls, and then you get to see you could see Jakuc ionis like it. This is a kid, and you could see this like was whoa, this NBA moment hitting him, especially when he gets to the Heat facility and he's meeting Pat Riley and Spo's giving him the tour, and Spo's looking at this like, and one of the things Spo's like, woof, guard with some size, I like it. So that was kind of cool. And then the idea, you know, he explains he was going to go with either one or two numbers. I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but he's, you know, watch it anyway. So he's like, was going to either pick 21 or 25. Ends up going with 25 for his sister because it's his sister's birthday. He normally goes with 7 or 32. Kel'el has 7. And, of course, 32 retired Shaquille O'Neal. So, I recommend checking it out. It was really, really well done. And speaking of well done, before I get into these quotes, shout out to the boys over at 5 Reasons. Thanks for having me on the pod this week. Go check out their podcast feed. You guys can go check it out. We did about, you know, probably like a 45 minutes on all things Miami Heat, some things South Florida sports. Myself, Ethan, and Brady Hawk. So go check that out. And I also did a podcast this week with the boys from the basement. And go check them out. We did do that pod a day before the Norman Powell. We did it on Sunday night, so we did it a day before the Norman Powell trade. But I do think there's still also a lot of things that still hold. I don't think, you know, the Norman Powell thing is the great elixir of everything, but it does help. It certainly does help. And another thing that would help would be seeing an encouraging outing from the Miami Heat's first round pick. And I was reading some of the quotes today with an article on Anthony Chang. Talked about, I guess, got a chance to talk to the rookie, and some of the reporters did. And he talked about just the struggles of the first few games. And he said, quote, "I think I just need to settle in more, play at my own pace, don't get sped up as much as I was these 3 games. He said, I didn't feel myself in those games, but I think that's normal. It's a process, so I'm just going to go out there. It's a process, so I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be able to learn from these coaches and from the other guys by working out, watching film, and understanding the game. he's certainly like, I think it was very noticeable. Like there were just games where I think there were pockets where he looked like he was playing at his own pace, but it looked like that was easily disruptible to make him a little bit more frantic. So I think that is what I am looking forward to is seeing a guy even as the games go on, right? Because I think they're going to continue to start him, and I think that he is going to continue to get these opportunities. I think they have is the schedule goes like this. You got Friday today at 4:30. We'll recap that. Sunday at 7:30. Then they got a Monday game at 8 o'clock. And then Thursday afternoon. And I would imagine that the Monday game, I would imagine, they're going to probably divide that up. I would imagine like where is it going to keep playing in all of this? I would say if I had to guess, like they are getting him a lot of reps and are giving him chances, but I would imagine he's not going to play the whole summer. I would think that there's going to come a time where they feel like they've seen enough. I think they probably made what they want from him known. And Vegas, there's a little bit more spotlight. I think everybody kind of gets out there. The whole franchise is out there. So I would imagine that, maybe a couple more outings. Maybe he plays half the schedule. I don't think he's going to play all of it. And maybe that goes for Pella and Keyshawn too. But for and we saw like the little bit of the divide with the schedule in California. Even though there's more competition, it's more diverse here. You get to take on more teams, so we'll see. But Jakuc ionis certainly you need to see him just seem like he's not sped up. He's had the games with the turn. Everything's kind of been an issue, right? Like it's been the games that have been. I mean, it's been all 3 games were tough shooting. He has shown ability to get to the free throw line. We've seen some levels of the good passes. We've seen flashes of it. But we've seen him compete defensively, and we've seen him hustle. We haven't seen him look physically overwhelmed, but we've also seen him foul 8 times. We've seen him not be able to hit a 3 ball. We have seen him, we have seen the turnover problem. So all of those things have been shown. People do need to remember it's 19 years old. I think that, people who are rats off a ship completely, that's crazy. Has it reset maybe people's expectations of when he'll be ready? Yeah, probably. But also, they also made the Norman Powell trade this week. So it's also like, maybe they're not as desperate for him to play right away either. So that'll be an interesting thing. He also said to reporters, he says, I think I'm just not in a rhythm. I'm trying to get back into a rhythm. After all the process that I had, I'm trying to get back to myself, trying to execute as hard as I can when I go on the court, just give 100%. Even if I don't do the best on offense, I try to give 100% on defense and help the team win. Definitely think that he's played his ass off. I don't think that that's been an issue at all. I think that, and I think that's been noticeable. Like even the games where he was diving all over the floor, he's been trying to get extra possessions. You see that. Like I think that element of effort's never. I don't think you can question that at all from Kasparas. I think that that's definitely been there. And he said, I'm not too worried about my shooting. I know that I can shoot. It's just a matter of time. Just trying to get to work on it. Just trying to get to do what the coach says and execute as hard as I can. And yeah, I think there was another thing that was cool that the Heat put out on. They put a mic'd up with Kasparas, and yeah, just kind of explaining like where to play at his own pace. Coach Glass getting him to look for his guys and Kalel Ware. So I'm excited. I definitely want to. I think it'd be nice to see one of these games just kind of click. I think when that first 3 ball goes down, or even maybe a couple at the rim, I think you're just going to see a weight lifted off of him in a massive, massive way. And it won't be like he's pressing so much. So that's definitely numero uno for the Summer League. Kalel, look, we all know, we talked about that last game that he had where he didn't feel like, he felt like he was playing with his food a little bit, and I think that he would really I think if Kalel Ware went out there today and Kalel had 15 rebounds and 4 blocks, something like that, and even it doesn't even matter what the points are. But if Kalel had a performance like that, I don't think you'll see him the rest of Summer League. I don't. I feel like I think that he just want to see one of those. Like, hey, go out here, look like Vegas Wilt Chamberlain, and we'll call it a summer. I honestly think that would be the case. And it would just be like, hey, let's go out here, just completely like go pedal to the metal on this game, and he might be done for the summer. Pella, I think, is clearly shown himself, and both the Arizona guys, Pella and Keshad, but Pella's got the ball in his hands more. Pella's shown himself to be absolutely the best player on the team so far, and I thought that Keshad really shut a lot of people up with his performance the last game too, because he showed his ability to do a little bit of everything. And even Coach Glass was talking about this to reporters, like, he hasn't gotten the ball very much. Like, we're not looking for Keshad to do a lot. He's not in the same spot that Pella's in, because he's not going to be in that spot on this team. Like, he's going to come in here, he's going to be asked to wreak havoc, he's going to be asked to be dirty work, and then get rebounds, go run, tomahawk slam some stuff, show his improvement with the 3-ball. But I thought it was nice. It's just like that. Like, I think just have a run like that, even Kasparas, if he has a run like that, I think is just going to ease a lot of the pressure off of him. So looking forward to it. Vegas Summer League is when the real Summer League gets going. And let's see if the Heat can defend this title.